We know only tiny fragment of what is occurring in the world, an even smaller fragment of the past, and have yet to witness the future. For every event there is a set of conditions that were sufficient to produce it, otherwise it would not have occurred. There is only one constant, one universal. It is the only real truth, the causality. Action reaction, cause and effect. There is no escape from it. When we look at external objects and consider the operations of causes, we are never able, in a single instance, to discover any power or necessary connection, any quality which binds the effect to the cause and renders the one an infallible consequence of the other. Human mind cannot grasp the whole complex web of cause and effect that is going around us all the time. That's why humans cannot predict the future events accurately. But suppose there is a super being who has mind more powerful than average human mind and which can observe all the causes and effects in a very short time and thus can predict the future precisely and accurately. Suppose this super being is a death angel who has come to take the life of a beautiful lady who is walking on the road. She seems perfectly healthy and happy. Nothing is wrong with her, and no human being can imagine that this beautiful lady is soon going to die. Death Angel sees his target, carefully notes all the details of her, and begins to calculate her future moves. He sees that his target is interested in buying some flowers. She picks some flowers of her choice and then enters inside the shop for packing and payment of the flowers. Meanwhile, the Death Angel continues to study the environment all around his target. The traffic light at the square is red. There is a bus coming towards the square. Death Angel notices fruit vendor outside the flower shop and next to it a roadside painter sitting with a cup of tea in his hand and busy in reading something. In opposite to the painter on the road near the footpath is a letterbox, and near that letterbox is a water leakage and water is standing on the road. Whenever a vehicle passes from near the letterbox, water splashes and letterbox starts to vibrate. A person is riding on the bicycle and a cab is coming. Within few moments, the Death Angel completes his calculation and places a pencil on the top of the letterbox in a standing position. Lady comes out from the shop with flowers in her hands. Cab passes from near the letterbox. Water splash happens and letterbox begin to vibrate. Due to this vibration, the pencil falls on the footpath in front of the painter. Painter notices this pencil and bends towards it in order to pick it, but at the same moment the bicycle rider collides with him and a little accident happens. Bicycle rider falls on the fruits and fruits fell and scatter on the footpath. People gather there at the incident. Some help the fruit vendor to pick the fruits, some help the bicycle rider, and some try to stop the argument between bicycle rider and painter. During this time, Our Lady has reached near the crossing point on the road. She also notices the bicycle rider incident. Meanwhile, the bus passes on the road. The driver gets distracted by the gathering at the accident spot and fails to notice that traffic signal has changed. The lady begins to cross the road, but the driver is distracted. He fails to notice the signal and the lady who is crossing the road. The lady gets hit by the bus and dies on the spot. Death Angel finishes his job and goes away. This is just an example how the knowledge of causality can give immense power and control over the flow of events, but this requires a mind which can observe the whole complex web of causality within few moments. Right now no person or computer has such level of observation and prediction skills, but we human beings are continuously trying to improve our understanding regarding these processes. We know that we cannot fully understand the whole causality web, but we can study the events of the past and can try to find out the relation of those events with the present and then try to predict the future. But the problem is that any prediction deteriorates rapidly. Errors and uncertainties multiplies within the moments. A slightest error or little mistake in calculation is enough to change the result of the whole prediction. This is the biggest hurdle that stops the human beings to evolve into super beings.